Blackmore.
What's up, y'all? Blackmore here. And this video I know is very off the cuff, but this really piqued my interest after having one person comment on a previous video or so, a couple of videos ago, about like just how the way I really got into martial arts and fighting games itself, really. But I felt it would be a wonderful topic idea just to talk about it, since I talk about it in podcasts here and there, and just my upbringing of really just how I got into just fighting games and really martial arts itself. But I really would say I didn't really start off practicing or even getting into a martial art myself, not until by the time I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old, and my parents entered me into Taekwondo classes. And around that time, I was roughly already into martial art films and just a big old nerd about it, just because of my dad introducing me to Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury on VHS, and we would just watch Bruce Lee films religiously, and even a couple of Jackie Chan films and many other Jet Li stuff out there. And I don't care what anybody says, but the One is still one of my big personal favorite Jet Li films out there. It is such a underrated movie. But anyways, yeah, I really didn't get into like actual martial arts really until I was roughly like 7 or 8 years old, taking Taekwondo classes. And I did that roughly for a good couple of years, and that was like an after-school program thing that I ended up doing. And then later on, at some point in life, I did do, by the time I got into junior high, I really didn't get into any other martial art at that point until taking even more after-school programs outside of football, basketball. I did do a tiny bit of boxing, bare knuckle boxing to be very specific, but things like that, and a little bit of wrestling too was what we did when it came to my athletic class. So I pretty much was exposed to so many different things out there. So it's crazy for me to really just look back and realize, like, wow, I was just still just really surrounded by fighting games, martial arts, and stuff like that. Just a good early portion of my life. It's still so surreal to me. And by the time I'd say outside of junior high, I still kept up with bare knuckle boxing by the time I was like a freshman in high school. But after that, I really didn't keep up with anything martial arts related. I really started to get just very, very obsessive, more into with fighting games during that time. And that was like roughly, I want to say, when everyone was getting back into fighting games because of Street Fighter 4 coming out, and then a lot of the seeing footage and things like Justin Wong and hearing the name. Oh, he's the best Street Fighter player out there in the US and things like that. So I would always just spend countless hours on YouTube just watching the channel Arcade Hustler and just looking at so many different interviews of Justin Wong, Yipes, Sanford Kelly, and all these other fighting game legends. And that was really what got me just very exposed to the fighting game community, and just seeing so much of all of these East Coast legends and all these players and things like that. And even during that time, me and my friends like really just got into playing fighting games against each other. That we would always show up to one of my friends' grandma's place, and he had this little spot outside on the side of the house. And anytime I would bring my PlayStation, always bring just extra controllers, and we would always just sit there and take turns just playing each other. Or when it came to games like PlayStation All Stars or anything like that, yeah, we pretty much played nearly almost everything that you really could think of when it comes to fighting games. So that's also one of the biggest things I'd say, besides my cousins, but also my friends who really helped shape me even more of just having that big competition and competitiveness within me. So it's something that I ended up just was so always excited to like next time we'd all play and gather with each other over the weekend that oh, I got to show them this crazy new combo or this crazy trick that I came up with. So it was always just so exciting to me just to demonstrate that or just see if I could pull off this crazy trick that we would always see, things like that. But yeah, I'd say beyond that point, that's also when I really just started to like, okay, I really want to take my competition of just going against other people and things like that. And that's when, while I was in high school, I decided to dive into getting more into shoryuken.com. And man, just thinking back to SRK days, it's such a blast from the past. And even thinking about like taking Zaibatsu, those places is where I really visited in order to really understand like a lot of these fighting games, and especially Tekken. But I will leave that chapter for another video. If you would love to hear more discussions, stuff like this, or just hearing more about me, but please let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to share more of just my fighting game journey and the martial arts too. Just what really gravitated me more and more through that. But anyways, y'all, it's Blightmore here, signing out. Catch y'all later, folks. And please like, subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and the Discord community link will be in the description as always. So please feel free to stop by, visit, chit chat, or even hit me up for games too as well. But catch y'all later. Peace.